I don't always do book things. Sometimes, mostly, but not always. I do other things. Sometimes after you fall out of the boat because you're not used to doing non-book things, you console yourself by going to a half-price books that you've never been to before, looking for the books, always looking for the books. And this is how I began making my first trip with Roland, the Plume Trade paperback. And then I would get the Grant editions. I've never heard of this one. It's by the author of House of Leaves. There are stacked copies. I've never seen that. This looked really cool. I just love that cover. Stories that scared even me. And this is super cool. This is the abridged edition of The Stand, but it is a book club edition. It's still for $30. I'm gonna pass on it, but it's a cool find. And of course, every time I stop in at a half-price books, I have to check the Patrick McCabe, Cormac McCarthy situation. This is an 8th printing. I already checked for that one. This is the only Patrick McCabe. I have this exact same book at home. So another bust. I'm looking for Heartland. I'm also looking for a hardcover of This Book is Full of Spiders, but the only Wong I see is this movie tie-in cover. This is cool though. I don't need it, but it is cool. The movie's pretty fun. I'll allow it. So this is here in case that somebody, if you want, it's a new one, if that's your thing. I read this in college. This is a creepy story. Well worth the read. Definitely should check it out. Oh, man. So friends, thanks for going with me on that trip to Half Price Books. I didn't really plan on it, but boy, am I glad I did. I got a little treat here. Couple of treats, 3 treats to be exact. But before we do that, let's get to another real treat and check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. What do you have to honor this occasion, this Half-Price Books trip, Magic Duff Bucket? A Galactic Cowboy Imperial Stout. Yes. Yes, I think that does fit. It smells really good. This is Left Hand Brewing. And so I'm just looking forward to wetting the whistle and then telling you about some books. So first we'll try this out. I don't know if it's really, really good or just good. It's okay. It's okay. This might be a couple of sips. This might be one I have to have a couple of times. It's good. It's good. This is a little too bitter for my taste. Has a aftertaste that rests in the back of your throat, like just doesn't sit well. Just not my thing. Tastes a little too acidic. Okay. Anyway, we're here for the books. So the first one I want to show you is actually the last one I bought. I was on my way out. We walked by the new releases, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm still fresh off that horror store unboxing, but I love the idea behind this Grady Hendrix book. It's his brand new one, The Final Girl Support Group. It's really cool. The premise is there are a group of final girls. If you're familiar with the trope of these slasher movies from the 80s, right? They'd have a group of teenagers who lived promiscuous teenagerly lives, and the one virtuous girl who's smart and has her head about her is always spared the hacking and slashing of the serial killer, so she gets away and then, has to carry that trauma with her the rest of her life. In this book, they all these girls, women, from these slasher flicks, all form a support group because they are the only ones who understand this unique trauma, and then the final girls start getting killed themselves. So the premise is really cool. And it's one of those things you're like, why hasn't anybody done this before? It just seems so obvious. And I think that's the thing with brilliant ideas. They seem so obvious and they look so easy, but nobody else thought of them until that visionary. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm also hoping SST adds this to the bundle, the Grady Hendrix bundle at some point. Paul Fry could extend it the same way he did the Tremblay books. Tremblay. So there's that. Okay. I didn't look at the Naked book. It was a pretty standard trade edition. Okay, pretty standard. A nice book in good condition. It was the last one they had there. So the second book I'm going to show you is a reading copy of Bag of Bones I got for $8, or simoleons. I got to figure out how I do these lights because that's a bright... I have 2 signed trade editions of Bag of Bones from when I saw Stephen King on the Bag of Bones tour, and I'm not going to read those. What are you, stoned? They're in slipcases. I still have the original tickets to the event with them, so those are on the shelf. But I want to read Bag of Bones again, and I've had my eye out for a good copy. I've seen a few. These are easy to find, especially at like a half-price bookstore. But this is in such great shape. This dust jacket's in great shape, and the book itself is in really great condition. So it's a first edition in fine condition. So I'm really, really jazzed about that. And I can't wait to read it. I remember when I read it when it first came out, and this was Stephen King's jump at the literary. He wanted to be more literary with his horror. And so this was the product of that. So those are the first 2, but this last one was a crazy find. This is an advanced review copy of Robert McCammon's Mine. And it was only $8. I mean, you can't buy these. These are not for sale. And this thing is in beautiful shape. Just a great condition. There's a little ding there, but that's okay. Just a little one. The corner is a little played out right there. But I nearly lost it. I saw that on the spine, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I never saw the trade paperback of Mine, and then I just wanted to look at the cover. And there it was, advanced reading copy. So let's do this together. Let me take this off here. And there it is. There it is. So advanced reading copy of a Pocketbooks hardcover. So cool. I have no idea what these are worth. They're probably worth $8. I looked online on eBay. I shopped around to see if there were Robert McCammon arcs out there, what they were getting, and There was a Wolf's Hour one that looked really cool. I think that sold for 50 or 80 bucks. But nothing for mine. And the funny thing is, at the other half-price books, I got the first edition of mine. So now this goes with that. And I'm jazzed, man. If you're a McCammon fan, this is a cool thing to have. I used to have an Ark of the Listener, but I sold it. No regrets. So that's cool. So check out your local used bookstore. I like indie bookstores. I want to go to an indie bookstore, and I want to add more of that to the channel. But for now, I like the used bookstores. I was looking for a couple of books that I didn't find, but I got these 3 awesome little gems. So that's cool. And thanks for coming around. If you have any ideas on what that McCammon advanced review copy would be, I know the experts in the comment section on my videos might have a clue. But it's just a cool thing to have. I love it. And someday when I get all my books together, the trade editions, the signed editions, in one big room, then I'll know I'm dead because I've died and gone to heaven. Because that's probably never going to happen. So, anyway, be good to one another. Go out and spread the word of books and love. And stay frosty. Yes, you can like or subscribe or watch another video. You can do that. But if you also looked at my in my description in the video, I put all my socials there too, so you can find all kinds of other ways to connect on Facebook and Instagram and Discord. I got a Discord channel. Yeah, you're welcome.